Hello, hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here literally every single day of the year, and I have been for over 5 years. Every weekday, weekend, holiday, your birthday, my birthday, I am here to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have got epic troll slayers who keep us safe, and we have got a fantastic community because of your kindness. You have been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. Don't forget, you can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed. So whatever makes your life easier. I need to make sure I've got this refreshed. Hello. Okay. So, okay. Okay. On today's episode, this is a brutal astrology day. I don't know if you're feeling it, but I've reached a point where I'm just like, fine, if it's not working, if it's broken down, if it's whatever awfulness, it's just like, okay, this too shall pass, I guess, or not. I'm just trying to really just hands off, not get as emotionally involved as I want to. So we'll go into that. Trump just threatened to add an additional 50% tariffs on China. That would make the total tariffs on China 104%. Yay. And the Trump administration is asking the Supreme Court to block the order to return the man erroneously sent to El Salvador. And when asked about it, Dumpy said he's all for sending American citizens to El Salvador. He said, I'm all for that. Okay. Yes, Louis, J for genius. Yes. Okay. All right. So, Lena says, I made a pointed comment to my coworker who tried to push her work onto me again. That's exactly it. There's this whole weekend, and then this morning, it's just, I could sit down and cry. It's just, and I'm going to explain why. All right. And I'm not just going to talk about the astrology that's happening right now. You're going to get a whole bunch of details, pictures. All right. This, the moon may have moved on a little, but this was this morning. This is now, because these planets don't move that much, that quickly in an hour or two. So this is what's going on in the sky. All right. And the key things here, even though you might be thinking this Uranus, and no, I think what's going on today is up here. I think what's going on here is the big problem, because it's a lot. And you may not be able to read that, but don't worry, we're going to go through this, which is here around 25-26 of Pisces, right here. You have Venus, Saturn, the North Node, Mercury, and only about 3.5 degrees later, you have Neptune, which is in its own sign. That's a lot. That's a lot. And you have the sun over here. The sun is conjunct Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer, the wound that does not heal, which you channel to help others, to have empathy, to, but oh yeah, wounds that won't heal, misdirected frustrations. Oh yeah. So, but we'll go into chemical squirrel says, I don't know what any of this means. Well, watch, hang on. All right, now this can be a lot of images, but I couldn't just bring one. I would have had to make too many. I would have had to make like a dozen graphics to put these in separately. So we're just gonna go through this. All right. This is okay. Let's start with here. Saturn in Pisces. Saturn is no, actually we should just start with Pisces. All right, because I'm trying to think back to people who are just they don't live with astrology all the time. All right, this is one of the images just for Pisces itself, and it really is this. It's ruled by Neptune, who's over there, god of the sea. You put something into water, it dissolves. So this Piscean energy is you get the poet, the artists, the religious leaders. You get the it deals very heavily in the immaterial, spirituality, art, things you can't touch. Can also be institutions. Think of the Catholic Church, which Jesus was the fisher of men. There's this, and he lived at the beginning of the age of Pisces. It's really Piscean, and the church that was founded in his name for centuries was the institution in the West. Obviously, there are other things going on in the rest of the world, but I think it's a good way to think of it. So this is that Piscean energy. Saturn in general is no fun. He's father time. It's about being to work on time. It's about working hard. He will reward you if you do the work, but he is not the life of the party. He is the wet blanket of the party. And in Pisces, he can give structure to that spirituality, which is why I portray him here as the cathedral architect, the mason, the making form from this immaterial stuff. But make no mistake, Saturn is not fun. Those in the planet Saturn, those rings going around Saturn, they're very precise. And so everything needs to be just so. Thank you very much. Okay. Now, Venus is in Pisces. Venus is what we love, how we love. And so you'd have an artist here working in like stained glass, because it's a physical material thing, but we know over time that glass actually isn't completely solid. It actually melts over time. So we've got I portray her as a stained glass artist. So it's this beauty of the material, of art, of all of this, but she's in retrograde, which means she's being forced to go backtrack over old stuff, and it can be uncomfortable. When you have what you love, how you love, conjunct the taskmaster, this is where you get, on the low end of this, you get Donald Trump. He has Venus conjunct Saturn in his chart. That's why his love is transactional. His caring is transactional. What's in it for me? What's going to help me? What's going to give me money? What's going to, all of that. Now, it's not in, I don't think it's in Pisces. I can't remember off the top of my head. But the low end, on the good end, this would be you're in a relationship with somebody, and or when you're if you have this and you do it well, that would give form to what you care. So you'd be the person who would, be bringing coffee to that person in bed. You would, help them a lot. So right now, these are in the same place. I put this here because it's Pisces, but also because the North Node, which is collectively what we're supposed to be focusing on. And boy, are we focused on all of this. Mercury is also in Pisces. It's, thank heavens, it's no longer in retrograde. It's coming out of retrograde, but he's running and moving and communicating and all of this, but it's a little fuzzy. This is the poet of communication. But again, you've got Saturn right there. And then with Neptune only a few degrees away, who rules Pisces, it just makes it even more so, even more nebulous, and could potentially be good, but it's just, there's so much of this energy just crammed into one place that we're not feeling the love. Let's put it that way. All right. The other thing that's happening right now, though, is I was talking about the Sun and Chiron. So while this is all going on, there is also this. The Sun is in Aries. It's in the next sign. And this is, this would be your battle, your king at war, your battle king, your, the Sun is always some form of king, queen, main character, because it is the self. But this is a very strong, active, powerful, take action Sun. But it is exactly conjunct, or actually it's just a couple degrees away from Chiron. Chiron is a centaur who was wounded. He was immortal, but he was hit with this magical poison. And so he had a wound that would not heal. So for all the time, he's alive, but he has this wound that will not heal. And because he knew pain, he helped others. He became a healer because he understood. So our sense of self is right on top of this pain. Wanting to take action, a little bit of a martial energy, but really on top of our pain. Meanwhile, we're not feeling the love. It's what's being done, what's not being done. I don't usually share a lot of details about my personal life. I share broad strokes, but for example, I'm feeling all of this right now, and I'll explain how. This weekend, I've been dropping the ball about cleaning up. I don't want to go into all the details about cleaning a certain thing in the house, and in mea culpa, I'm completely in the wrong, and I know that, and I am taking care of it. I have fixed it, and I will continue to be on top of it. That's okay. But my sisters both came by this weekend, and it just caused all this friction, and they're having other friction. And ultimately, it all comes down to, we are worried about our parents. We are worried about our father. We're worried about our mom. We're worried about them aging. We're worried about, and this fear. And are things getting done? And are they being taken care of? And one of my sisters had to stand up for herself against a family member who was trying to take advantage of her. And my other sister, had to deal with this incredible frustration thing, digging down. So I just ended the weekend feeling awful, feeling bad about myself, feeling bad about, not feeling the love, feeling like I failed, even though it's something fixable, and wanting to take action, fix it. But it's all this huge reaction, this emotional reaction, because ding, 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 It's the wound that we're carrying, the fear that we're carrying. So, and even communication, this surprise, Pisces is a water sign. It's ruled by Neptune, god of the sea, which is emotional. Amy says, I think all of us are experiencing this heavy energy. Yeah. So anyway, I don't want to, Bismo says, I feel like Autumn's throwing rocket science at me, but I'm totally hooked. Okay. Oh, thank you. And it'll be okay. And I will be fine. And that the only reason I'm telling you that, because you don't need to know that, is because you can end up not feeling the love. Communications getting emotional. Neptune just splashing his emotions all over, wanting to take action, and it pounding on the things inside us that hurt, that really hurt. And California Capybara says, it explains why I struggled so much during this weekend's training. There you go. Julie says it's explains why I'm having so much trouble with my broken leg not healing. Oh, I'm sorry. And Nettie says, you and I were on the same path this weekend. Very painfully, crazy, scary. Yes, no, love. Yeah. Yep. So this too shall pass. Now, unfortunately, because the sun is at 18 degrees of Aries and Chiron is at 22 degrees, which is what it says right here. Because of that, the sun moves about a degree a day. So 18, today it's at 18, tomorrow it'll be around 19, 20, 21, 22. So it's going to become this energy might actually even, there might be, feel like there's even maybe a little bit more pressure over the next 4 days until it goes exact, and then the sun starts pulling away. But this happens once a year. This is not once in a lifetime. It's not, the end of the world, but it happens to be happening. This is happening while all of this is happening, and all of this will move on too. So, okay. I hope that made sense. And by the way, this is, there's so many things, details I want to change, but no, this is astrographics. This is what I've been working on for a couple of years now to help explain, to teach astrology. So for visual learners, and so it makes it easier to understand, like, oh, Pisces, and then there's Pisces, and then it goes to Aries, and it just feels kind of like, what does that mean? Well, it goes Pisces to Aries, and you can see the difference. Okay. Let's go back to but with all that Neptune energy, I really wanted to include this, plus the nails today. So, all right, I'm a Scorpio from the depths of the water. Cancer is the crab on the shore, right there by the ocean. Pisces is the dolphin in the water. Scorpio is 2 miles down where the fish don't have eyes. It's just pressure. Okay. Oh, Deb, having trouble feeling joyous this weekend. I'm sorry. He says, Chiron in Aries is kind of hot. Oh, there you go. The image. Okay. Mr. Dillon, that made no sense to me, but I'm happy for y'all and support Autumn fully. Well, thank you. I'm sorry it was confusing. Okay. we get to go on to other stuff. Thank you. Barbara says, Scorpio, dark night of the ocean. Exactly. All right. So, where am I trying to go? All right. Actually, I'm not trying to go anywhere there. Here are the questions. Just look where I normally look. So, all right. The Retelling Savoy was asking about the cover. Those who are watching on replay, you won't see the cover, but the yep, he says, thanks for the explanation. It's the first time I understood what you were saying. Linda says, just watch the news. I need your lovely, calm voice. Oh, thank you. Okay. Retelling Savoy said, semi-political question, the Tower card today, which was what was on the cover. And if you're watching on replay, you won't see it, I'm afraid. But is this the collective energy? I have some startling developments. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. So this is my poor Scorpio coworker. I will have to be more attentive. She needs some help or an open ear. Oh, this isn't just affecting Scorpios. This is everybody. So Joyce says it's confusing me, but some of the names are starting to sound familiar. Okay. All right. Right now, we do have the Strength card. So part of the problems in the middle of the problems, we're not weak and helpless. We are feeling like, I want to do something about this. But we're feeling hemmed in. So we just do what we can. Use what resources you have. Fix what you can. Other things, it's right now, maybe for the next few days, just really let go of things you can't change as much as you can. I know it hurts your heart, but this is using your resources wisely. We're worried about the future, but we have each other. And let me tell you, that makes a huge difference. Even people who talked about living through the Great Depression or living through World War II, they said what really made it more bearable was that everybody was in the same boat pretty much. So everybody understood. More people worked together, so helped each other. So, all right. This too will get better. All right. Okay, so in stupid news, surprise. 2350. Hope had a question. So, the dumpster just threatened China with an additional 50% tariff. What could go wrong? Starting Wednesday, this will make the tariffs on China a total of 104%. Really? Okay. Yeah. Markets were already in a tailspin this morning. Will things stabilize this year at all? Well, the thing is, there's a lot of once in millennia, multiple millennia astrological energy happening this summer, and then next spring, and then a bit more in 2027. So Whew. It's unfortunately, we are living in a time of major changes. But I guess the good news is that business leaders and a lot of Republicans are finally starting to stand up to the dumpster. And I'm surprised he's not caving, but if he thinks there's enough in it for him personally, maybe he's going to stick to his guns. The economy this year. Oh yeah, Chris Gould. Yeah, the full moon. It'll be a good day to stay in. It'll be a good day to drink some tea, read a book, do a puzzle. Just well, for the wealthy, what are they going to worry about? Trump's legacy. Four of Swords. So that is silent as a tomb. And I believe this is the tariffs, the limitations, what it's doing to international trade. These are just lies. This is the lies about what this can do. I do have Temperance in the middle. There's Three of Wands, which is Dumpy and his ilk waiting for their ship to come in, and the Page of Swords. So this is weak, dunder-headed people like Navarro still being listened to. This Temperance, though. Tell me more about this I don't like this, but tell me about this Temperance card. Is that a good thing? I hope that's a good thing. Sorry, I'm just reading through the chat. Oh, yes, Lewis. The other one is eating paste, whereas Ivanka is looking at herself in the mirror. Yeah, that's a really good description. Whew. Barbara says, I love doing online jigsaw puzzles. I don't have to worry about the kitty helping. Yeah, during creative sprints yesterday, toward the end, I think it was Kay. But there were various of us. We were talking about doing jigsaw puzzles on devices. That Temperance card. See, this is what we want is happy families, which we could get if things were not changing so rapidly. And the thing is, if they wanted to reshore factories, they wanted to. You could make an argument. I'm not saying what I think they should do, but you could make an argument for, okay, let's do more to reshore factories that went overseas. Okay, sure. But to just be like, boom, that's ridiculous and unworkable. Now, I do have, there's Star, there's the Hope card, there's the Merchant card, but there's still that blather on why they're doing this. And there are the tariffs again, and there's the Sun card. It's one of the many reasons that the dumpster is doing this garbage is because he likes garbage. Is there's also other people, other countries. There's some bigotry, to be frank, involved as well, which, remember what he called all of those other countries during his I can't repeat it. I can't repeat it, but what he said, the blank countries. Yeah. Oh, did Boo Boo leave? I didn't see. I was busy. He was sleeping right there. But you're saying he got up and I don't see a little pile o cat. So yes, exactly. Okay. Oh. Wait, what was that? Brenda says, thank you for attending the Wild Rose Tarot Live with Sienna yesterday. It was lovely. Oh, I adore Sienna. Yes, by the way, those of you who love Sienna in Canada, she is the biggest sweetheart. I believe her channel is now called Wild Rose Tarot. So, and she is so good. Okay. Yes, Lulu Fish, the dumpster, he wants other countries to beg him. Ugh. Amy says, Boo Boo went into the other room. Okay, thank you. All right, so Miss Sarah, I talked to Miss Sarah briefly this morning, and she had quite a good question. Here's the thing. You're putting 104% tariffs on China. You're putting all of these tariffs on Japan. You're putting all of these tariffs on these other countries who are holding our national debt. What is stopping China from saying, fine, I'm calling in for the debt? Oh, Brenda, thank you so much. Thank you for being here every day for us all. Thank you. Thank you. It really helps. Thank you. So I thought, why, Sarah? That's a good question. Yes, and also M. Kelby says they're aligning against us because of him. Yes, I mean, traditionally, the Chinese and the Japanese, they're not super buddy. There's a little bit of, you might call, water under the bridge, and not nice water under the bridge. So they're still working together against us. Yay. So will all these countries we're hitting with tariffs start calling in our debt? Sean is reminding us, Asian investors own a lot of real estate in the U.S. Oh, boy. There's a boo-boo. They could do a lot of damage. Hello, sweetheart. Just passing through. Okay. First of all, it's snowing, which is odd. But here's the thing. All right. Pretend for a minute you are the head of a foreign country. And you've dealt with that big country over there for, off and on. You deal with them a lot. They're kind of a big economic powerhouse. So you deal with them with mostly good results, some bad. They rail against you sometimes, but whatever, sticks and stones. And all right, so then this big economic powerhouse over here, they say, we're going to hit you with absolutely ridiculous tariffs. Everything that you send to us is now going to be have to be jacked up way high in price, and things aren't going to sell, and all of this. And you're like, really? And yes, you're dealing with an idiot over there. It's like, oh gosh. Here's the thing. What do you do? Do you go scorched earth? Or do you keep in mind that not 4 months ago, there was a Democratic president, and 4 years from now, there could be another Democratic president. And there are Republicans starting to push back against, there are people in the idiot's party starting to push back against him. So, yes, Cindy, try to find some other country to partner with. Yes. Do they go scorched earth? Put him on the defensive? Because that's a thief card right in the middle. He's being awful. But you can also hurt everybody in the country. When really you just want to go after him. So to my surprise, what I'm getting is a lot of calculating. Okay, what about this? What about that? What if we go around there, and there's a whole lot of I'm sorry about the sound of it sounds like my father's emptying the dishwasher. If you want me to close the door, I will, if it's bothering you. Thank you. Oh, any more? I'm just getting a lot of calculation. So what is China going to do? Oh, they're mad. China's mad. They're very angry. They're mad at him. Seven of Wands. He's on the defensive, but he's got this idea that, well, America, we don't need them. We have such a big market. Everyone else should pay to come into our market, but we shouldn't have to pay to go into anybody else's, which is ludicrous. They're mad at the man himself. That's the Trump card. That's him as a person. Card for the reading is icky. So I think they may try to focus more on things that will hurt him. But School says the whole world is mad at him. Well, I understand. But if this financial pain gets bad enough and it spreads and there are countries angry enough, things are going to get really ugly really fast, which is not good. So, all right. Now this is a bit of a puzzle. Carol had a question. The Trump administration is asking the Supreme Court to block the order requiring them to return. Block the order requiring the return of the Maryland man wrongly sent to the El Salvador prison. Will SCOTUS bend the knee? They have until midnight to have him back on U.S. soil. And it doesn't look good. That's the order. Pam Bondi, who personally I think has special place somewhere very warm. Okay, here's the thing. the Department of Justice lawyer arguing, dealing with this whole, what was done wrong with this man who should not have been sent out of the country, let alone to this nightmare prison. His lawyers are saying, do something about this. The lawyer for the DOJ came in and admitted that, yes, we messed up, but bringing it back could be a problem, what have you. Pam Bondi has suspended that lawyer, that DOJ lawyer. He is on administrative leave because he admitted wrongdoing by the government. He did not stick it to the judge. She is a nasty piece of work. I mean, you don't need me to tell you, but she's... So now they're going to the Supreme Court. So, Supreme Court, how you doing? Roberts or whomever. Because Trump also said on Air Force One this morning, this weekend, recently, that he's all in on sending Americans to the El Salvador prison. If they're criminals. There are people trying to cross the border right now from Canada into the U.S. who are, one of the things you have to do now apparently is you have to turn over your phone. And there was one guy, he was in some kind of group chat that was saying he was saying negative things about Trump. He got turned away. They're going to love me. Good thing I'm not planning on traveling because, oh boy, they're going to love me. Sorry, what video are we on this channel? 2,324 videos. Hi. Hi. Yeah, you're going to love me. So, Supreme Court. St. Paul says they say travel with a burner phone. Oh, I believe it. Debsy says, me too. Lisa says ditto. Oh, good. I made Lewis laugh. Chris will bring back smart shoe phones like Maxwell Smart. Funny thing is, I don't have the Justice card here. I don't even have a King or Queen of Swords. What I have is adding insult to injury. The brutal action of Trump and the administration. And the administration doing immense harm. Chariot and moving someone away. Thank you, Ellen. I don't know what that means, Ellen. I'm sorry. I don't know what that means. But thank you. What it feels like is you messed up. Fix it. And I don't think it's just what you or I would say. It feels like, well, but it said he had protected status and you ignored it. You messed up. Fix it. And the thing is, if the Supreme Court allows this to stand, no, if the Supreme Court allows Dumpy and his ilk to do this kind of thing, nobody's safe. And you're taking power away from the court who decided that he had protective status. So what the court decided doesn't mean anything. And you didn't take them to court to say, okay, we want to do this. You just zip, yeet. You just yeeted this guy out of safety and his family into another country. By the way, his kids are fairly young. Actually, his kids are quite young. Apparently, they keep trying to send texts to him on their mom's phone and on their play phones. But he's not responding. Seven of Pentacles, fruits of labor. He doesn't care. He does not care about the pain he's causing. Fool. Guess who that is? King of Swords would be a judge. Fool. Judge. Knight of Wands. That's like a human. That's a Homan, whatever his name is. The jackbooted guy. Yeah, this is their actions. I've got judgment in the world. It feels like you messed up. Fix it. Joyce Matthews says, even the judge said, you could do this to me. So, yeah. Inhuman. Exactly. Lewis, that's exactly right. Jeez. Hello. Wild Rose Tarot Consulting. That's Sienna. We were just talking about you and what a sweetheart you are. And so talented. Oh, there's a boo-boo. He's like, is Sienna here? Sienna's here. I'll come over. Yes. I will come over and be cute because she is a sweetheart and she's very talented. Yes. Hello, boo-boo. Aw. Okay. The sweetie. Hello. Okay. Yes, because the follow-up question on that is from Nettie, which has to do with, well, if Trump is saying he's all in on sending Americans to El Salvador, yeah, that's what we think. Yeah, this could get ugly very quickly. No reason to apologize. Oh, hello, kitty baby boo. That's adorable. Oh, thank you. Oh, gosh. So our Americans, without any kind of due process, because our American judicial system will not sentence someone to an El Salvadoran prison. Deport says, I think some folks who left this realm in the 1940s are back and nastier than before. Like Nazi Ferratu? Oh, somebody responded to him to something awful. Stephen Miller. Something awful he said, but I'll have to check because I'm not sure the language. I can show the language they used to respond to him, but it was quite funny. Oh, thank you, Amy. Gifted one membership to a random person in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Wild Rose is like, OMFG. Yes. Stealing Nazi Ferratu. Yeah, we're talking about Stephen Miller specifically, but sure, it applies to lots of things too. Lots of these jerks. Five of Cups. I'd say we're a little disappointed. Yeah. We told you this would happen, and you decided not to listen to us. Why? Ace of Cups. Knight of Cups. Six of Swords. Really? Really? Sending them? Seven of Pentacles, fruits of labor. Seven of Wands. We could have had a Democratic president. Really, we could have. We could have. And after all this time, you didn't. After all this time, you believed him when he said, day one, I'm going to bring down the prices. Really? Now, what surprised me is this is not major arcana. Would Trump do this? Yes. Yes. But, yes, dear, I would think if he did do it, that it would be a bigger deal. As in, like, major arcana. But then again, we're already dealing with so much. Yeah, that would be riots in the streets. Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, High Priestess. Oh, goody. There's us, the group of us saying what's right, what's wrong. This is the group of MAGA. This is stuff done in secret. So, is he actually going to? Are the thugs in Washington going to actually take some American citizens and just yeet them out of the country and then go, oopsies, never to be seen again? Hello, dear heart. You're very soft. Yes, you are. You're a little thin. I know you get your endorphins from cuddling. And I give you have a buffet of food at all times, but I worry about you. He's never been a chunker. But I might be happier if he was. You're not. How are we going to find you a wife? You're so thin. Okay. He's a sweet baby. Okay. Julie had a question. It's really for the cards. I don't have any great ideas, but we'll see what the cards have to say. The sweetness. How can we help stop African Americans being erased from U.S. history? Jackie Robinson was temporarily removed from the Arlington National Cemetery website and only came back after much backlash. And Harriet Tubman was erased from the National Parks website because it was DEI. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell in your ear. Really? So you tell us, how can we, because I feel like the energy is like a vice on my forehead. Beth says he's sleek and slender. Boo purdy. Yes, Mr. Dill, thank you. Okay. I don't like that. We told you this would happen. Oh. Handsome kitty cat. Joanne says, I hear Satan has a restraining order against Trump. Oh, that was good. Oh, that was good. Joanne has won the internet today. Oh, well done. Oh, don't even. I'm not done yet. The emperor and all his disgusting glory. I skipped to the end. The truth wins out. It isn't like everybody's forgotten about these people. And I just don't believe these fascists are going to stay in power forever. I just don't. I don't get us losing our democracy. Yeah, this is stupid. Only rich white men should be in history or something. But no, we still know who these people are, and the truth will win out. So, dear Great Gussie. All right. Is Heather, are you here? You were asking about the Forest Service plan. If you are still here, or if you're watching, Paula in the chat, she's here sometimes, but she's in creative sprints quite often in the afternoon. She really did everything she could to save her local forest from being developed. And she worked really hard on that, and it worked. And she built coalitions and what have you. So she's a good person to talk to. So certainly if you come by Creative Sprints, Paula's usually there in the afternoon over on the Creative Sprints. Your school, did she sweep it? Okay. All right, let's just do cards for us at 57:35. Cards for us, and what? No, it's that cards for us. Okay. Oh, we know you were kidding, Chris Cool. We know. But the pictures of people in, was it Sweden, Finland, Scandinavia, I guess, people carrying their electric vacuums into the forest. That was funny. Those pictures were funny. Cards for us. Please. We're going to get through this. It's tough. And as I explained at the beginning, this too shall pass. But it just might be a hard few days, astrologically. And take some time out. Walk away from the news. Get away from whatever you can't. Just... There is a certain... there's some people who are like, no, you have to face your problems head on. No, not really. Not this week. Just, no. You need some self-care. Cup of tea, cup of coffee, puzzle, good book. Good book. Ooh, there we go. We're disappointed, but we're not out. That's what I'm getting. This is the country. And this is the country as we know it. This is, I think the emblem for our country is less Uncle Sam and more Statue of Liberty. I think is the best representation of our country. And they're not listening. These people here, they're not listening to the democratic ideas of decency, but there's hope. right in the middle. There's hope right there. So even though, yes, the rich are going to do stupid stuff to get richer, we're not done. Democrats are not done. We're not out. These jerks are not going to be in power forever. And I know it's like, yes, but we didn't want to be back here in the first place. I know. I didn't vote for this jerk either. Seriously, I know. But there's hope right there. There are brave Democrats right here. So again, I guess it goes back to what I say every day. You're not alone. We're in this together. And there are good days ahead. They're out there. All right? All right, that's going to do it for me for today. But I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. It's 1:15 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. You're always welcome. And yeah, so as always, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you later. All right, so take care.